So I think that, and most of y'all I think will agree, one of the biggest grifts to hit the internet is the red pill grift. And I call it a grift because it's really just a bunch of bull crap. It's a bunch of so-called man talk, pseudo alpha talk, right? A bunch of people talking out the side of their ass. Really, that's all it is. And for the longest, clip after clip after clip would go viral. And basically, it's just a bunch of chauvinistic, low self-esteem having dudes that probably used to get bullied, found a way to get some attention. And those who are like them are the ones that gravitated to it. Well, it does seem like we finally turning the bend here, man. A lot of that stuff, you really don't see it on your algorithm no more. And a lot of those creators actually ain't creating no more. They trying to switch it up. But in this video, we got the red pill is finally dead. And I agree, man. I agree. I think it's pretty much a wrap. I think a lot of them have been exposed. The ideology itself has been exposed by many people. So yeah, it's not really a thing now for most people to hang on unless your name is fucking Myron or somebody like that. So let's get right into this video. This is a video by Ty's Corner. I'll leave a link in the description.
Charlie, I just think honestly you're too stupid to understand them.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
you
lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What is that?
You're a fucking don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your mouth. It's because I'm better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people on are bullshit because you are not a traditional man.
Is that Khaled? That's funny. I never saw that before. I wonder if that's real. Is that really Khaled running to do that? Hey, listen, just as a man, bro, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Ain't nothing attractive about that overly alpha, chauvinistic, I'm the top guy rhetoric. Like I don't respect that. I really don't respect that. I feel like if you got to keep trying to tell somebody you something, you probably ain't that thing, man. You probably ain't. It's like people who always talking about they gangsters and shit and they thugs. Like real gangsters and thugs don't talk about them once they the gangsters and thugs. They just do shit. You feel me? But yeah, I don't know, man. I've never seen. You can almost understand when it's younger people that's acting like that, right? It's like, you young, you don't really know yet. But these older dudes that do, that's why you know it's a grift. Or they just living pathetic ass lives, for real.
I am a goddamn alpha male. Yes, I said it, alpha male. I don't care if you think that's toxic.
People look at me as soon as I walk in and they're like, who is this guy? I look like I'm going to hurt somebody.
Who do not have to accept her rejection.
It's no secret that the red pill movement is pretty much in the grave at this point. And to be honest, I'm glad. YouTube needs to be cleansed 40 days and 40 nights of this madness. Between needing to make enough money to feed 10 families in the Philippines, needing to be void of all emotion, and needing to pack freezer meat the size of the Eiffel Tower, I don't know which way is up anymore. It's safe to say the red pill movement doesn't need any introduction. But if you don't know, it's about personal awakening and learning the truth about what life is outside of what's considered the matrix. I'm sure red pill connoisseurs punching the air and yelling at me about that explanation, but without all the extra fluff, that's pretty much what it is.
And don't get me wrong, you know, women are attracted to men who project confidence and strength and things of that nature. But I think there's only a certain type of woman that's attracted to that type of guy. And it ain't the type of woman that you want. I think she's probably just as superficial and vain as he is, because that's what it boils down to. Being superficial, vain, and having low self-esteem, and you trying to project out this image like you're greater than what you really are. So
get over it. My first introduction to the red pill was VH1's The Pickup Artist, which was probably everyone's first introduction without them even realizing it. If you had your own TV and the only thing your parents were worried about you watching was HBO after 12 a.m. for obvious reasons, your only other choice is to get that same hit of dopamine were Girls Gone Wild commercials. VH1, MTV, BET, Uncut, and Tila Tequila on Howard Stern. Howard Stern was the first Adam 22, come to think of it. God, I need to get baptized.
The first Adam 22? I don't know about that. What y'all think about that? Was Howard Stern the first Adam 22? I don't hold them in the same category.
Again, bro. So anyway, the pickup artist. The pickup artist was my first introduction to Red Pill content, being a middle schooler. The purpose of the show was to help men find success in cold approaching women. Harmless in the grand scheme of things. Fast forward to more current times, the Red Pill looks very, very different. In the worst way possible. It went from peacocking, building your confidence, and at least having to actually approach women in person, to men providing sound advice to other men about improving themselves, to whatever the hell this is.
Guys who know me, knowing I've talked about penis pumps for a while. So I'm here on YouTube, guys. This is not even for that.
You can't just hit us with this. You talk about what for a while? Damn, bro.
Guys who know me, knowing I've talked about penis pumps for a while. So I'm here on YouTube, guys. This is not even FedEx Talks. I'm going to tell you guys the truth about penis pumps.
Man.
It's creating a vacuum that pumps blood through negative pressure to your junk. Let's not get complicated.
Bro, if you got to use a penis pump, you got bigger problems on your hands, fam. I'm just saying.
That's all penis pumps do. Do penis pumps work? Yes and no.
How many inches does my junk need to be considered a man?
Minimum 7 inches. Every single man can get his wee-wee to 7 inches. If you're 5 inches, bro, you better start working on that shit today. Because the thing about women is they won't tolerate it, but they prefer better. Women don't want to hurt your feelings. They don't want to tell you, yo, baby, I can barely feel when you're inside it. It don't have to be 12 inches, but you can be at least 7 and above. And you want your girl coming back for more. You want to be hitting that spot every time.
You better have a bad bitch. You better be ripped. You better fucking be rolling some sick shit.
Hey, this dude's so damn annoying, bro. This dude right here, I will fight him. And I win. He think he the shit. I would fight him. He's the type of dude I would want to fight, for sure. Yeah. I can't stand this dude. He's just a jerk. He's the quintessential Biff. Definitely. Yeah. You just got to knock him out in front of like a whole crowd of people and call it a day. You know, let everybody see he ain't shit for real.
That's what I like. I grew up hustling. There's be rims on my goddamn Phantom.
Let's take you, for example, and me. And we both pull up and we go to your girl. Odds are I'm going to take that. If you compared me to you, you're not going to win that battle. So the next time you think that your girl's off.
They should have never gave you fools cameras, man. They should have never gave y'all cameras. Get these fools some cameras and shit. Put them. Oh, my goodness. Bro, you ain't taking nobody's girl. You might take somebody's girl, but it ain't gonna be nobody that's thorough.
Unlock. I got the keys to the castle, mother.
Penis pumps.
A far cry from what it was, and to be honest, it's the biggest display of insecurity I've ever seen on or off the fucking internet. It seems as if it's focused on being as intimidating as possible, having the baddest arm candy money could buy, and just being this mythical Herculean alpha male. The concept of
it's a constructed image, man. That's all it is. You take whatever you would think that women want to see, and honestly, it's probably a projection of their fantasy of what they think like the type of man they want to be, but they're not, and they just find a really good way to project it. That's it. And because it's the internet and you can just kind of do movie magic behind a camera, you know, people like them, fellow incels and all of that, they fucking eat that shit up.
Being an alpha male is not even a real thing in the first place. It was popularized by David Metch, who co-opted the term from Swiss wolf expert and ethologist Rudolf Schenkel, who first introduced the term in 1947. And since then, David Metch himself has debunked this concept.
The term alpha isn't really accurate when describing most of the leaders of wolf packs because the term implies that the wolves fought and competed strongly to get to the top of the pack. in actuality, the way they get there is merely by mating with a member of the opposite sex, producing a bunch of offspring, which are the rest of the pack then, and becoming the natural leaders that way, just like with a pair of humans producing a family.
Hey man, I ain't know that. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know much about wolves. If you would have asked me, I would have thought it was because they, kick some ass, kick ass, take names, and now they the alpha. But okay, that makes sense. All right, I gotta look into that.
Phases of this red pill journey that men go through. You have your vulnerability phase where you are binging the content and fully immersing yourself in everything that is red pill. The radicalization phase, where you're now obsessed with the content, and more often than not, it's manifesting through your actions, the way you talk, or like this.
Why is it okay for women to say, oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead. That's okay?
Damn.
Who said that to you here? No.
Come on, day, senor.
Women in general have said it on dating sites. You think I'm making that up? Everywhere I go, I get the same smirk with the biting lip.
Yeah, I'm convinced, man. These red pill dudes, most of them are just mad at the world. They got bullied. The girls turned them down. Like they have no self-confidence for real. And they just full of anger, bro. They really are very misogynistic, probably abusers behind the scene. Yeah. And a lot of them probably like guys, for sure. Oh shit, he threw a clip of academics up here. I ain't even know that. Hey, yo.
Y'all like bodybuilders?
Threw old academics up in this bitch. Rightfully so.
Bodybuilders? Yeah. I like skinny, scrawny guys.
How about multimillionaires? How about Asians and thick? How about talented? How about loving and respectful? And I run a 6-minute mile. My testimony, I'm nothing but pure, and I ask you if you want to be in the YouTube channel.
That nigga ain't running no 6-minute mile. Nah, stop the cap, bro. Listen, I'm in the fitness, bro. I'm 6'2", 240. And the fastest, and I ran a lot. I had fell off. I'm getting back on. But when I was running and doing my miles, not saying he couldn't, but when I was really running a lot, I got down to like 7. I got a 7-minute mile, and I ain't gonna lie, that joint had me. It was hard. 7-minute mile, man. That was my fastest time, and that shit killed me. 6-minute mile, especially he that big. I got to see it, believe it, man. I got to see it to believe it. 6-minute mile ain't no joke. Anybody who run, y'all should know that, right?
And you like scrawny.
And the last phase of the red pill journey is the individual deciding to leave the red pill, reevaluating everything they previously learned.
Yeah, because that
the
shit don't
problem
work.
is some men don't make it to this phase, and they end up being stuck and obsessed with the content they consume. Or if you're a content creator and you've built your following around phase 2, it's not easy to transition your content. And more often than not, it's too late, because a lot of these content creators in this space have damaged their reputation beyond repair. So if you're following along here, they enter in phase 1, transition to phase 2, fuck up their reputation. They know their reputation is fucked. So now the only thing they have left to do is grift and sell you a course about how to be an alpha male.
And talk about penis pumps and shit.
Which prevents them from entering phase 3. Because once phase 3 starts, the following might leave, the views might drop. And now you're putting fries in the bag, which according to alpha male and red pill ideology, is not so alpha. So unless you rebrand yourself, you're now stuck in this cycle of cosplaying Vince McMahon. There's a lot of reasons why this content is popular in the first place. Men not having success in the dating market, men not feeling respected by women, a lack of a mentor in their life, or just difficulty navigating who they think they need to be as a man. For some men,
they don't have no self-identity, man, and they're not happy with themselves. And a lot of guys are just awkward, bro. They need to fucking get out and socialize more. But it honestly, it boils down to not having your own identity or being too afraid to be who you are. That's the thing. You never want to attract people based on some projection of what you know what I'm saying, what you think you are, or some fanciful idea of who you should be. You don't want to attract those people because they're not attracted to you. They're attracted to the image. And eventually, if they're around you long enough, they're going to see you. You can only hide yourself for so long, bro. And so the best thing you can do is be yourself, even if that's awkward, even if that's a little weird, whatever it is, because the people you attract, women especially, who are attracted to that are going to be the ones that want you, that actually want to be around you, that like you for you. That's what they don't realize. It's like, bro, you're not that. You're not this super aggressive alpha, quote unquote, alpha male. And honestly, a woman ain't looking for that corny shit they talking about, all that crazy shit they talking and doing. Nobody want that. But you really want to attract the people that you want around you, and the type of people that's going to like you for you and love you for you. You got to be yourself, bro. That's the bottom line. Be yourself. And the people that don't like you, the people that don't like that, that's fine. You don't want them in your life anyway.
It's just simple as they're just scared of rejection, or they've internalized how other men have been rejected. I am married now, but I thank God there was no cameras when I was shooting my shots, bro, because I have air ball. But that leads them to say things like, a woman will never love you for you, or the average man doesn't have a chance, which I don't agree with, because you can go to any mall, shopping outlet, inexpensive dinner spot, park, whatever, and see happy couples there.
Yeah, listen, bro, the main thing is be yourself and look for people like that. Look for people with shared interests. Fucking don't try to be like nobody. If you be yourself, if you like weird shit, whatever you into, look for people who like that. Go around them people. I'm telling you, you're going to find somebody who will be attracted to you, man. That's just how it works.
Walking, holding hands, having a great time. So I chalk that up to certain men just being chronically online. And I'm specifically focused on some of the Red Pill's views on women here, because a lot of the content is created with the end goal in mind of helping a man get the woman he desires. And that's what it comes down to. Cheeks. Just cheeks. And it does this by putting men on a path to be high value. And on top of that, unfortunately, a lot of men tie their self-worth to the quality of woman that they could attract or lack thereof. They can have a great career, a support system, etc., and still feel worthless or lonely because they lack an intimate connection with a woman. How things are today with social media constantly telling you you're not working hard enough, you're not making enough money to support some unrealistic lifestyle, you don't look good enough, it's pretty easy to understand why a lot of men and women are mentally checked out. This depression for men sometimes evolves into an us versus them mentality. Hating women without realizing they hate women, being abusive, saying all women are hoes, or for some of us, throwing dick around everywhere.
And it's really a narcissistic way of living, right? Because it's really all about you, for real. Because you start to think, just like we heard in that clip with academics, I'm the prize, right? And so it's a narcissistic viewpoint. It's all about me. And if you do make it to that level of maybe you got a lot more to offer than somebody else as far as money and things like that, they'll never value the woman. And so women who are attracted to that, you're actually putting yourself in a really dangerous situation, for real. Because that guy don't respect you. He don't respect you. You're just a trophy, a token, and he going to treat you like shit, for sure. Because he think he's the shit and it's all about him and you're just a prize. But if you don't play your role, who knows how shit might go. Right. So you always taking a chance when you're messing with a guy like that.
Dating apps like Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble, which are all primarily made up of men, have made it easy to window shop dating options and just swipe into the void. Corn is super accessible now, with Twitter and Instagram being the main facilitators. Just pick your favorite female influencer and there's a 50% chance there's an OnlyFans link in her bio, or she's been to Dubai. Before I got off of Twitter, I would have to hide my phone in public when I was scrolling just in case anything popped up. But this leads to men being addicted to corn, having their perception of women altered dramatically, and in men under the age of 40 and as young as 20 suffering from ED. What I'm getting at here is having
Bro, if you suffering from ED, shit, 40s even, you got problems. You got problems. Now, you shouldn't be suffering from unless you overweight, but still you got problems. Definitely shouldn't be suffering from no ED in your 20s. But shit, I feel like, man, maybe all the way up until old age, you shouldn't be, it just depends. You take care of yourself. You don't even have to deal with ED for real. You just got to take care of yourself, man. Keep them blood vessels open and shit like that, you know?
Too many decisions at your disposal can lead to decision fatigue. And as humans, we're naturally wired to go toward the path of least resistance. And this is part of the reason why things have gotten so bad and why the red pill has been pushed to the forefront, or was pushed to the forefront at this point. And in my opinion, it's created this open gender war between both sides, with some women saying, men ain't shit. Men need to be providers. My money is my money and his money is our money. To men saying, women need to be more traditional. Women need to quit begging. They need to cook, clean, slop, top, drop, open up.
But see, that's what it started off as, that back and forth. Yeah, you're going to have women who think like that. And so a lot of the red pill content is like a retort to that. But really, guys, really, are you really looking for a woman like that who just thinks it's all about her? And I mean, maybe you are. I'm not. That's not the type of woman I have. Okay. And our relationship is fine. We got our relationship things that we work through, but it's fine. It's healthy. But if you imagine that type of woman in a red pill guy, like, that's toxic as hell. Both types are toxic. Make no mistake about it. Both types are toxic in my book.
Shop. You get the idea. Some men said, fuck it, I'm gonna just go overseas, which that's just sex tourism.
Yeah.
That's a topic for another day. This combination of things has created this extreme gamification of dating, and it's made way for red pill or red pill adjacent content creators to make a living off of giving men bad advice.
Really bad advice.
How to get yourself out of a drought if you're super down bad. This is the last resort. So you're going to want to search for the registered offenders that's near you. I know it sounds crazy, but you're going to keep searching until you...
Oh, he said out of drought. Is he talking about like find a woman? Hold on, bro. Hold on, man. I know we ain't looking for SA offenders. Oh, my goodness. That's what I mean. They should have never gave you niggas cameras. Should have never gave y'all phones with cameras, man. Why would you put this? Got to be a troll, man. This got to be for a skit.
Find the girl that you want. I will block out her face, but she's an offender, so I don't really care. But after you find who you want, you want to search them up on Facebook.
Do not be vulnerable with women.
But you've never been in love.
Women are not built to handle masculine problems.
Listen, dudes like him, he's one of those guys who got rejected. Like every guy, we all get rejected. It's just a part of life. But he just didn't know how to deal with it. So he's weak. And this is a weakness. Guys like him are really, really weak. Like beneath this veneer of alpha maleism is a weak, small, weak man. Very small and weak. Now, make no mistake about it. People like that can be dangerous too, because they are so afraid of you finding out who they really are. They can do shit that, from a place of being desperate. So you got to be careful with people like that, because they can fuck some shit up because they're so desperate to not be exposed. We just got to know how to navigate. And one of the things you do is stay away from them. But if you got to interact with them because of your job or because of whatever, you just got to know how to deal with these type of people. But people like Myron, he's fucking weak, bro. He's weak. He really is. And he hides behind this veneer of being this masculine alpha bullshit, whatever. And he's not.
Being vulnerable with a woman is some of the worst advice that modern day women give to men, because if I sit there and I cry to you, oh my God, my life is hard, blah, 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 you might sit there and console me for a bit, but deep down you're like, you fucking bitch.
A woman's biggest weakness, the key thing in any man to woman relationship, is to keep her chasing for your validation. And the honest truth is, it takes a certain level of game to keep her interest level high in you. And the best way to do this is through uncertainty. Uncertainty is a...
Yeah, bro, but that's not how you build a relationship. Your relationship ain't about game. Now, if you want to say game, maybe you do that in the initial when you trying to get with the woman, whatever. But like if your relationship is based on game, your relationship ain't gonna last long. It's probably gonna be toxic. Relationship ain't about game. Yes, you do got to find ways to keep things interesting and keep things going, right? Keep the flame going, because you'll have your ups and downs and, you know, shit like that. But it ain't about game, bro. What about her though? What about her? How do you like, I feel like this is all about the guy and not enough about the woman, you know, and figuring out what it is that she likes, what it is that she wants, what it is that keeps her going and keeps her interested. It's more about what you can do, what you can get from her, getting her attention, getting her to do this, so on and so forth, right? It's all about you and your ego. It all goes back to the ego, the male ego.
Women's weak spot. It's pretty much the opposite of validation.
So when you quit raging and you make it to phase 3, what does that look like?
I've watched almost every single podcast you ever did for about a year and a half. So much so that I bought into a lot of the things that you said. And for about 2 years, it led me astray and significantly damaged my personal life, including
exactly.
How did it lead you astray?
Well, you told me to go sleep with a bunch of women and date multiple women at the same time, which I did. And it significantly damaged my life. And it wasn't until I actually turned around and started listening to Jesus Christ that I was saved. Now I'm happily married. I have one child now with another one on the way, and I've never thought.
Myron don't know what to say about that. Let's see that look again. Look at that face. Look at that face. Listen, dudes like him really envy guys who can have solid relationships with a woman. He has no idea how to make that happen. No idea. And in this whole ideology being exposed, but yeah, look, he like this motherfucker.
Went on the way, and I've never felt happier.
Even Sneeko has made it to phase 3, and regardless of how you feel about him, he's right here. He's absolutely right.
Ultimately, the biggest mistake being part of the red pill manosphere wasn't really the ideology. The biggest mistake was being around people who are full of shit.
Yeah, no, that goes back to the ideology, dude. Because they are full of shit. No. See, Sneeko ain't changing nothing. If the ideology is the problem, it is the problem. That's the whole point. And when you have that type of ideology, it attracts people who are full of shit because most of them are. What is he talking about? I think the two go hand in hand.
Like somebody first walking into New York City. Oh my God, the big city, huh? Get hit by a car, get robbed or mugged. Oh, I'm so drunk and I was the coolest guy. Hey, la, 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 la. I was wearing a crop top and short shorts in the subway at 2 a.m. Hey, boys. If I were to ever do an apology video, it would be for being associated with these leeches. You don't need to follow this. Red pill is dead. Follow God.
So with that, I ask, is the red pill actually helping, or is it playing on men's insecurities? For the most
playing on men's insecurities. Same thing I've been saying. It's exactly what it's playing on, for sure. The ones at the top are like MLM fucking people who are at the top. They know it's all bullshit. They know it's a lie. They make their, and some of them might actually live that way, right? But they're living an image, and they grifting. They grifting off of the people with insecurities. They grifting off of the guys that ain't getting no pussy, nothing like that. That don't know no better. And it's just like an MLM, man. It's like an MLM. They selling you content. That's it.
most part, I think that shit is cooked, man. I think it's become about playing on men's insecurities for a bag and not really caring about whether they succeed or not. Because if they do succeed, why would they need your content anymore? They got the woman of their dreams. They got the house. They got the car. They got the money. They won. They have the cure. Most of these red pillars don't even live by the words that they preach. For example, telling your audience not to date single moms while at the same time dating a single mom.
Yeah, no fugazi. I did a video on this when this happened. He got exposed. I mean, again, they can't just come out and tell the truth. It's all a farce, man. When you have an ideology that has a bunch of people who getting exposed behind it, you know that the ideology itself is faulty, right? Or if it leads to like a lot of abuse, you got to question it. You got to at least question it, man. I'm not saying that there aren't aspects of it that aren't good advice, but that's the case with any good lie or any good grift, right? Any good con. You take some aspects of the truth and you build around that with a lie. That's how you build the image until you get exposed like guys like this.
Dunking on gold diggers and OnlyFans models while at the same time using your influence as a creator to try and sleep with them. Teaching men how to be in relationships with women while at the same time not having been in a relationship until your mid-30s. They couldn't game their way out of a paper bag. They tell men to be stoic and level-headed while at the same time being emotional about every fucking thing and kicking women off your podcast the second they say something you don't like. telling men you want to help them, but then charging them thousands of dollars for a alpha male boot camp.
You don't fucking deserve to be here. Fucking quit. You piece of shit. I want to be a better man.
Listen, man, if you go to one of these, I ain't gonna lie, you kind of pathetic, bro. You kind of pathetic. You need to reevaluate your life choices. Alpha male boot camp, bro. You gonna let this fool sit and scream in your face, calling you pathetic? Yeah, you know what you deserve. You are pathetic. You are pathetic. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better father. I want to be a better, you fucking whiny piece of shit.
I can go on and on about why this shit is trash. I think a lot of this content indirectly or actually directly leads to men relegating women to only being sex objects, something to be conquered, or to just start despising women. Or
yeah, it does. It leads to a lot of woman hate, and that's why I said it's even dangerous for the women who get involved with guys like that.
Rather, women in the West. There's 169 million women in the United States of America. 169 million women, and you're telling me you can't find one, not two, not three, not four, but one.
That's because they're looking for a fantasy instead of the woman that's for them. The woman that's for them, that's attracted to who they are, they don't want that woman. They're looking for this other ideal woman. That's the problem. That's where the cognitive dissonance come in. You're trying to get something. It's not you, man. That type of woman you're looking for ain't for you. Be yourself, and a woman that's for you, that's going to fulfill you, is going to come into your life. Trust me.
Woman that likes you. Not one. Sounds like a skill issue, bro. Sounds like you're stuck in ELO hell. Switching servers is not going to make you better at the game. There are a few red pill adjacent content creators that aren't complete douchebags, but they're far and few in between. The bottom line is content creators stuck in phase 2 and red pill raging to their audience are all trapped in an echo chamber. It reminds me of when Itachi put Kabuto in the Izanami and he was stuck there and had to literally play out the same circumstance until he just figured his fucking life out. They're trapped and they need to figure themselves out internally. And just to clarify, there is nothing wrong with men's improvement content, but all that other shit is not helping men at all. It's the easy.
Yeah, man improvement content. Definitely never let yourself become a simp. Don't just let yourself be used by women. Nothing like that. Nobody's saying anything like that. So
not me. They're trapped. Probably forever. In my opinion, the best way to navigate into or within a relationship is to talk to people who have been in long-term marriages. I've gotten a lot of great advice from people who've been married for years and even people who've been divorced. You can learn a lot of good things about how to not mess up a relationship talking to them. Sometimes. Find a mentor at church. Talk to your grandparents if they're still with you and if they have the relationship that you desire to have in the future. Go to therapy. I've personally found a lot of success in doing that. Go to couples therapy if you're in a relationship. At least try all of that before trading your dignity and self-respect to listen to one of these alpha male weirdos. So yeah, the red pills on life support, if not dead already, it's falling apart. It's been falling apart for years, man.
And we're going to end that right there. Yeah, I don't know. I never liked any of it. Even when it was at its height, I'm just like, yo, these dudes sound corny. These dudes sound, now don't get me wrong. A younger version of me might have bought into a little bit of it in certain aspects of it because we run around, you thinking you pimping anyway and shit. So if I was young, I might have fell into certain aspects of it, but just being older now and living life and shit, accepting who I am, being in a relationship for 12 years, it's all bullshit, bro. It's all bullshit. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.